Hello everyone, my name is Nizar Al-Hamizan and my student number is 0049. And now I'm going to explain about the input that might be considered when you are doing a project communication management. So, the first one is communication management plan. The communication management plan is a component of the project management plan that describes how project communication will be planned, structured, implemented, and monitored for effectiveness. The plan contains information about such as information to be communicated, including language, format, content, and so on, and then escalation process, and the reason for distribution of that information, time frame and frequency of the distribution, and then person responsible for communicating the information, person responsible for authorizing release of confidential information, and then person who will receive the information, and then method of technology used to convey the information, and then resource allocated for communication activities, and then method for updating and refining the communication management plan, and then a glossary for common terminology, and then flow chart of the information flow in the project, and constraint derived for specific legalization or regulation. And the communication management plan can include guidelines and template for project status meetings, project team meeting, e-meeting, and email messages. The use of a project website and project management software can be included if there are to be in the project as well. And the second one is work performance report. Work performance report is work performance information that is combined, recorded, and distributed in a physical or electronic form in order to create awareness and generate decision or action. The work performance report are the physical or electronic information that represent the work performance information intended to generate decision, action, and awareness. They are circulated to the project stakeholder through the communication process as defined in the project communication management plan. And the work performance report can contain earned value graph and information, trend line and forecast, and then reverse burn down charts, defect histogram, contact dashboard, hit report, or other presentation that can be useful for creating awareness and generating decision and action. And work performance report are circulated to the project stakeholder through this process as defined in the communication management plan. Work performance report can contain earned value graph and information, trend line and forecast, and reserve burn down chart, defect histogram, and so on. And that they can be presented as dashboard, hit report, stoplight chart, or other presentation that can be useful for creating awareness and generating decision and actions.
Hi, my name is Randy, and I will explaining the inputs of managed communication. The things that we should consider is organizational culture, because it will depend on how to approach the communication will go on, because of dealing with people is difficult in understanding. The organizational culture is the way ahead of this, because the organizational culture is basically built on the people by time naturally. Let's take an example of it. The first one is people cultural differences. It involves the way communicating the objective. Let's say they separate in different countries and different languages. The stakeholder must decide the main language of organization should use to reduce the misleading of each communication happens. And the location differences, it has a lot of impact of them, while the location difference maybe there are a time difference. It's important to company to consider how they overcome and manage the location differences if there are any missing schedule. For instance, in the central company is in Jakarta, and there are many engineers that place in Bangalore, India. The way they communicate may be online and offline combination because of online meeting has any drawbacks of misleading, and if using offline meeting it will cost the over budget. Any organizational culture that should be considered is infrastructural components that company have, existing human resources, commercial database, political climate is external, communication and the organization communication channel. The next one is government regulation and standard. We live in the world that I can say that we improve by time, so the company should below the permission of the government or met the government regulation, and the company must consider the industry standards because communicating within the stakeholder may be the tools used in some management application, so the stakeholder won't miss the information about the project updates. So that's all from me, and I will continue to Edo to explain the next inputs.
Hello, my name is Leonardo. Here I will explain about the company SOP. So a standard operating procedure, SOP, are a list of step-by-step instructions on how certain tasks should be completed. Employees don't have to guess what to do in various situations because management will have already outlined a clear procedure to follow. In managing communications, SOPs contribute to smoothen the communication process inside this project. Employees will not get confused with who to talk about things for the project. I think that's all from us. Thank you for watching.